Hello, welcome to Miss Peepers Reading Corner. I'm Katrina, aka Miss Peepers. This month we are focusing on banned books in honor of Banned Books Week. And in each video I'm going to talk about a different banned book, why it was banned, and what it's about, and give you an opportunity to see some of the books that may or may not be on every shelf, and let you make your own decision about whether or not you want to read it, rather than letting someone else make that decision for you. Today we are going to discuss a true threat to our children. You may have grown up with him, I certainly did, and I had no idea the dangers that he posed, but now I do, and I've come to inform all of you. Today's book is Where's Waldo by Martin Handford. Yep, this has been on the banned book list. Let's talk about that. This is actually one of my favorite banned book stories, not because I agree with it, but because it's so bizarre and out there. A lot of the stories that we'll talk about this month, even though I disagree with the idea of censorship, I understand why people took objection to certain books. This one, y'all. Now, if you spent your childhood in the United States, you almost certainly have seen these books. These books have also been released in other countries across the world, so this is a very well-known figure. These books are basically hidden picture books. We've got this guy Waldo, he wears red and white stripes, and the idea is that he is somewhere in these masses of people and you've got to find him. And so these are great children's books. They're kind of puzzles. They have fabulous pictures and just great illustrations. They're really interactive. And actually, until I repurchased this book, I had completely forgotten that some of the pages fold out, which is really cool. I remember spending a lot of time as a kid poring over these, looking for Waldo, but also looking at all the other little pictures. And in addition to looking for Waldo, each of these, you may or may not be able to see that, there's a little checklist of other things to look for. So it's a really just engaging, interactive sort of thing. And these books, there's a whole series of them, and they've spawned a number of hidden picture puzzles, both other books and also online. I remember the highlights magazines from my childhood where they had, spot the differences and find the hidden items within the pictures. I see ads for mobile games with hidden picture puzzles in them. And so this is just some good, clean fun. Or is it? Thing is, where's the offending picture? All right, here's the offending picture. There's a beach scene. And back in 1989, someone noticed that there is a woman. Here she is. I'm gonna put a picture up because there's no way you're gonna see it from this angle. But there is a woman who is here on a beach towel, and she's wearing a bikini in this edition. In the original edition of this book, she was not wearing a bikini top, but you see her from the back and a little bit of the side. So there was some side boob. Now, when I show this picture, I will put something next to it so you can get an idea of scale. This is so tiny. So tiny that, first of all, there's no way you could consider it salacious. There's not enough to salivate over. There's not enough to see. And the chances that you'd even find it, quite impressive, that someone even found this. But there have been a number of both successful and unsuccessful challenges against this book. So much so that it has hit the American Library Association's top 100 banned books in the 1990s. Because of a teeny tiny side boob. Understandably, but perhaps sadly, the publisher of this book finally, at one point, gave in. My version, when I bought this new, did not have the side boob. She's wearing a bikini top. I feel so cheated. But anyway, I thought I'd put this sort of more cheerful story, I guess, but also kind of bizarre. Whenever I mention to people that Where's Waldo has been banned, they all look at me like I'm nuts, and rightfully so. Another interesting side note, and this one's a little bit more understandable, but to me, from a practical perspective, Where's Waldo is also banned in Texas state prisons. But the reason, it has nothing to do with what's in the pictures. The reason is that because of all these flaps and folds in the pages, it can be more easily used to hide contraband than a regular book. Like a regular book, you can just like flip through and see if there's something in there. But this one would take a little bit more effort. So that, from a practical perspective, I can get that. I can understand that. But even so, it's a children's book. Anyway, this one's short and sweet, but I really just wanted to share. If you have a copy of the original Where's Waldo with the full side boob on this, with the side boob on display, I would love to hear from you. Did you know it was there until you watched this video? I can't imagine. I have no memory of ever seeing that myself. And I feel like we would have gotten a giggle over it, my sister and I, when we were kids, but I doubt we would have been affected beyond that. Yeah, there's such a thing as overprotecting your children, is all I'm gonna say. But anyway, that was my favorite. That is my favorite story of book banning. It's a little bit lighter. So let me know what your favorite book banning story is. Did it have a happier ending than this one? At the very least, Where's Waldo is still a big deal and gets into the hands of many, many children now that this lady is appropriately covered. Should we name her? Should we give her a name? She feels like a Donna to me. But anyway, let me know what her name is as well. And I will see you in the next one.